Now that waiver wire is running thin, it's time for the hype train to start rolling in. Your fantasy team might be needed for a pickup, and Andre Snellings and Aaron Atida are here to help. Dre, you called it out. We've gotten some big names here on the show. We've gotten some people some wins. Ivica Zubac's more than especially been doing phenomenal when we got him on board.
Yeah, Ivica Zubac has been like a 15 and 13 guy all season. He's been closer to 20 and 12 over the last few games. So, I'm glad to see he's still doing his thing.
The question now is for these three men, will they get on board or will they be left behind? Let's start out with Harrison Barnes. On board, not on board?
He's on board for at least a couple of stops.
Okay.
All season, I've been waiting for him to get left behind because he's 32. The Spurs are all really young. But you ever have somebody that every time you watch the game, he drops 20? Every time I've watched the Spurs this season, Harrison has dropped 20.
Yes, every time that you've seen him drop 20, I've added and dropped him because after he gets to 20, he gets me 4. So this is very scary for me. I am traumatized by Harrison Barnes this season. Maybe the 2 stops will be good. What about PJ Washington? On board, not on board?
For right now, he's on his last stop, but
Okay.
I'm going to say not on board
Okay.
because when Luka Doncic plays, PJ Washington is averaging less than 10 points a game.
Okay.
In the 24 games that Luka has missed, he's averaged about 17 and 9.
Well, see, the funny thing is, though, the injury list out for the Mavericks is one of the longest in the league. So the way that I see it, I mean, I still trust your judgment here. As long as PJ Washington can stay healthy, he can be serviceable by giving you some minutes. Now, last up, a fan favorite here on the show, Kel'el Ware. On board, not on board, what are we saying?
On board all the way to the station.
Got it.
First of all, his name looks way too much like Kal-El
Yes.
for those that are Superman fans.
Absolutely.
For 2, he's playing like that. Since they put him in the lineup, he's been like a 20 and 10 guy, sometimes a 20 and 15 guy. And in the post-Jimmy Butler era, I think that Kel'el Ware is going to be one of the superstars of the team.
And because of how new he is to the rotation, they have still yet to find out the kryptonite to stop this man because it is a lineup between him and Bam Adebayo that are becoming such a big problem, and it's opening up the floor for Tyler Hero. So are we saying like a lot of players from Miami is a get on board at this point?
I think the Heat as a whole are on the way up, but they've rebuilt their team around those big men.
Yes, out of this entire Jimmy Butler situation, Kel'el Ware is the bright spot to come out of this, not just in fantasy for a lot of fantasy owners out there, but in reality as well for the Miami Heat. This has made things a little bit more interesting as they move forward. We are done right here. If you need some more, head on over to espn.ph for more information. He's Andre, I'm Aaron, we're out.